Hey y'all, I'm here to talk about this. I've never heard this, but is it bad to keep your ancestors or the dead on your wall, like their pictures? We're about to talk about that today. Hello, riders. Hello, how are you? And welcome to my channel. This is Lady Vasori, and let's get ready for the ride. Y'all, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Hey y'all, it's Lady Vasori, and today we're going to talk about something that's been floating around a little too long in the spiritual space, and that's somebody said it's bad luck to keep a picture of your dead relative on the wall. Said it opens up portals. Y'all heard some shit like that. Said it disturbs the peace. Said it attracts a spirits, and that could be. But baby, when I heard it, I had to sit with it. I had to sit with it because folks love throwing spiritual warnings around, but they don't always stop to think where that belief came from or who was it meant to control. Now, this ain't shade, never will be, and I'm not knocking nobody else's experience. But what I'm going to do today is break this thing wide the fuck open. Because truth be told, what some people call superstition, I call it a sacred practice. Now, before we get into it, go on and hit that subscribe button. Please tap the bell so you can be notified. And if this word feeds your spirit, super chats and love gifts are always welcome. This is spirit-led work, y'all, but it's labor too. And I honor every one of y'all who pours back into me. Now let's talk. First, let's talk about the contradiction of what that means. Let's go ahead and call it what it is. Let's go ahead and call it what it is. Y'all, we got folks out here saying that basically it is bad luck to have pictures of the dead on your wall, your ancestors. They'll look you dead in your face and say it invites unrest and brings in low vibrations. But I'm going to be real with you. Those same people, they got Malcolm X on there hanging on the wall in the hallway. They got Dr. Martin Luther King in a gold frame by the bookshelf in the library. Mother Teresa in the hallway next to a light switch, baby. And let's go ahead and call a spade a spade. Let's call it all the way out. Some of y'all even got Marilyn Monroe sitting pretty on your vanity. I got a Whitney Houston t-shirt that I found at the Goodwill. I do. I love me some Whitney. Dorothy Dandridge in the glam room. I've seen that. Posters, shrine walls, whole Pinterest boards on people that are long gone that you ain't never knew. And listen, I ain't never mad at you. I ain't mad at none of that. I got love for them too. But here's my question though, the contradiction. How you got them on your wall and not your own people? How you got a candle under Marilyn Monroe but not under your big mama? Make it make sense. How you got Dorothy up there like a goddess as she was? She was beautiful, but you still too scared to hang a picture of your granddaddy who worked himself to the bone so y'all could eat or he could sow a seed in your bloodline. See, that's the part that gets me. We've been trained to idolize strangers and forget our own blood. And see, that's the part that I really don't get. We've been trained to idolize strangers and forget our own blood. You treating celebrities like saints, but act like our ancestors are too spooky to sit with. and they run through your blood. That don't sit right in my spirit, not one bit. And when I heard that, I'm like, oh no, we're going to have to do a video on that. And let's not talk about going to the nail shop and y'all sit up there and throw the money into their deity or what they are honoring to boost their business. Because y'all know y'all done seen them prosperity altars in them nail shops. Y'all done seen it. You look at it and bow to that. Oh, that's nice. But you do not literally honor your own ancestors. You'll frame the famous. You'll quote folks we ain't never met. Because some of that, y'all be knowing the stuff the people say and they been long gone dead. Well, you cry over celebrity deaths like for days. Y'all, I actually cried over Whitney Houston. I remember when I did it. I cried over her death. I ain't even know that lady. But we won't even light a white candle for the folk who covered us in prayer. We got to tell the truth. Call a spade a spade. And here's what I need for you to hear. In Hoodoo, we don't worship our ancestors, but we work with them. We honor them. We don't worship them. Now, I know that part right there confuses a lot of folk because they hear us talking to our ancestors. They hear us lighting or see us lighting candles, pouring out water or pouring out, giving them libations or keeping their pictures up. And you will automatically think or assume we worship the dead. But I want to make this crystal clear. We are not worshiping our ancestors. We are honoring them. We are showing reverence. We are keeping spiritual relationships alive with the ones who walked before us. So worship, that's for the Most High. That's for God, baby. We don't confuse the two. So our ancestors, they are not gods. They're made in His image. But they are our guides. They are protectors. They are our covering, and they are not forgotten. When we work with our ancestors, we're not bowing down to them. We're not bending the knee. Oh, thank you. We're not doing that. What you're doing is you're building a relationship with them. You're acknowledging the fact that they just probably transitioned. Just because they went on to the afterlife does not mean they disappeared, though. It's always energy. They still show up for you. They still speak. They still move in your life. And lighting a candle for them, it is never spooky, y'all. It's sacred. Pour them a glass of water or put out their favorite food. That's not a ritual for show. It's a reminder that we still remember them. I would never not remember my people, especially my grandma, my granddaddy, things of that nature. Never forget. You want to show them that we still carry them with us. Okay? So let's tell the truth. Some of us wouldn't even be here if it weren't for an ancestor's prayer. For me, I had a praying grandmama who kept the entire family prayed up with word. When she passed, I found notes in the Bible of passages like she was writing a petition using Psalms, like a petition for protection and covering the family. Some of us are still being kept, still being covered, still being comforted by folks who already crossed over. And y'all don't even know it. Because I had a praying grandmama. Okay? So no, we don't worship the ancestors. We respect them. We thank them. You talk to them. You make room for them in your life. Because they are a guide. Remember that. It's always a guide. Y'all know what I'm saying? So they made room for us in their lives, even when they were suffering. And that right there, that ain't idolatry. That's legacy. That's lineage. That's hoodoo, y'all. That's ancestral works. We don't fear them. We feed them. We honor them. We thank them. We build them. And we build with them. That photo of Big Mama that you got, that's not superstition. Big Mama showed you things your mama didn't even tell you. That's spiritual alignment. That's a reminder of the shoulders you are standing on. And I know I'm heavy on my grandma's shoulders, but she taught me well. She taught me very well. So let's be clear, y'all. Not every person who's passed on deserves a place on your wall, though. And that's just truth. Some folks, even in spirit, they still carry heavy energy. Unresolved pain, bitterness, unhealed wounds they never tried to mend while they were living. And if spirit don't feel at peace with that person, even in death, you are not obligated at all to put them on your altar or to honor them. That's not disrespect. That's discernment. Let's make it personal for a moment, y'all. I had an uncle I loved to death. I love my uncle. He was so kind to me. He looked out for me. We had a bond. But I'll never forget, before he passed, he told me with his own mouth, out of his own mouth, from his own mouth, that he hated his siblings. He said it plain, said it sharp. It carried I just knew he meant it. And he carried a deep resentment even through his own blood. And the people he was talking about is one of those people, my mom. That's my mom's brother. He carried a deep resentment towards his own blood. And I saw how that spirit moved through him, how he was affected, how he showed up in family spaces. He sometimes, I don't think when grandma passed, he stayed. He came to the funeral, but he didn't come to the the dinner at grandma's house. He didn't even come. You understand me? So it was a lot more things that's going on with that part, but I honor him. I talk to him sometimes, but I would never put his photo up and be like, can you help me with something? Because he had a temperamental, he was very hateful towards his siblings, like that family life, but I would not pull from that. And when it comes to building that altar, be honest with yourself. Do you want that kind of unsettled energy at a sacred table? If it's an unsettled or emotional before they passed, don't put them on your altar. And it's not disrespect, okay? And the answer that I said was no, I'm not going to honor my uncle in that way. But I love him, still in spirit. I still pray that his soul is resting in peace. He passed away about 5 months after grandma did. So, but I also understand that peace in the afterlife doesn't automatically mean alignment in my present life. So you need to choose the honoring and who you want to honor. The ones who uplift you, the one who came in love, the ones whose energy feels safe, who felt steady and clean. You understand that? And maybe one day, it's a bug in here, y'all. One day, spirit will give me the green light to open that door for my uncle. But right now, no, not at all. But until then, I always trust my discernment, y'all. And so should you. You don't have to put up everybody just because y'all share a bloodline. Honor is not about performance, it's about alignment. Let spirit guide you on that one. If the energy feels off, then listen to it. If the memory still brings tension or grief, that's your answer. Now, if it's the kind of uncle or uncle that used to do some crazy shit, kind of aunt that used to fly off the don't use them. Remember that they still who they, some people change, but some people stay the same, even in spirit. Okay? Remember, you can still honor a soul without inviting them to sit at your spiritual altar or your spiritual table. If you feel called to put your people up, here's how you're going to do it right. First, clean the space. Not just with pine sol, baby, I mean spiritually. This ain't just about looking clean, it's about being clear. You want to wipe down the wall, the shelf, the table, whatever you're using whenever you're planning to place your ancestors. Don't go grabbing just pine sol. You want to use Florida water. You want to use blessed hyssop. I do sell that herb in my shop. And prayer. Now let me talk about that hyssop real quick while I'm on it, because that plant right there is sacred. It's very biblical. It's very spiritual. Hyssop has been used for a very, very long time, for centuries, y'all, as a cleansing herb, not just for homes, but for the soul. It's a purifier. It's mentioned all through scripture as a purifier. In Hoodoo, we use it to strip away any lingering energy, any negative energy. It opens the way for spirit and brings in clarity and light. And yes, hyssop again is available right now in my shop if you need it. Okay? You can brew it into a tea and wipe down your walls with it. You can sprinkle it into your mop water when you're spiritually resetting your home. You can use it. I put it in a spray bottle and spray your altar, spray your walls, clean it like that. Now, while you're doing that, I want you to pray Psalms 24 out loud. It says, "Who shall ascend into the hill of the Lord, or who shall stand in his holy place? He that hath clean hands and a pure heart." That ain't just pretty poetry, y'all. That's instructions. Psalms 24 is about spiritual assessment. It's just about spirituality. It's about sacred space, cleansing your space, especially for your ancestors. You need to come with clean hands and a ready heart. That's what that is. It's telling you, I'm making room for the holy. I'm clearing out what don't belong. I'm opening the gate. Okay? So yes, clean it physically, but more importantly, clean it spiritually. Don't just wipe the dust. Don't just wipe the energy. Don't just speak and let go. You're going to do all those things. Make it a place that feels good, smells good, and welcomes the kind of presence you actually want to sit with. Okay? Second, speak their names. Ain't no fancy way to do it. Just speak their names. Just call them like you always did. Third, offer something simple, a glass of water, a cup of coffee, a white candle, whatever they like while living is good to do. If you don't know, usually it's soul food, or a piece of fruit, some nuts, candy, etc. Just be creative, y'all. But they usually love simple because that's all they had back then. And lastly, talk to them. That wall is not for decoration. It's a portal of presence. Remember, if you don't have photos, you can use their obituary. You don't have that, then you can use a petition with their names. If you don't have names, you're going to say, "To my known and unknown ancestors." It's where power and memory goes together. When your prayers echo back in their voice, they will be there for you. Okay? So next time you feel yourself hesitating, wondering if it's wrong to keep your loved ones on the wall, I want you to remember this. They ain't just no photos. That's your lineage. That's your blood. That's your spiritual protection. It ain't spooky, y'all. And if folks don't understand that, maybe they won't talk to remember where and who they came from. But we will. And we're not going to keep forgetting to remember. I'm going to be here to remind you on it. This is Lady Vasori, y'all, and I hope this message stirs something deep in your spirit. If you don't know, please make sure you like, subscribe, share, support, leave a comment, and tell me who you're honoring on your wall. I want to hear it. If you feel led to pour back into this altar space, super chats, gifts, and spiritual offerings are always received with love and gratitude. Thank y'all for showing up in my place, and I'll talk to you later. I thank your ancestors for bringing you here. Peace.